You tell yourself you'll start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes become 15, then an hour. You promise, tomorrow I'll be different. But tomorrow feels the same. You're not lazy. You're human. You're caught in the most common psychological trap of our time: procrastination. Yet, here's the secret few understand. Procrastination isn't a time problem. It's an emotion problem. And if you stay till the end, strategy number 7 might completely change how you think about motivation. Because today, you're going to learn not just how to manage time, but how to master the inner forces that decide when you act, why you delay, and how you finally move. The psychology of delay. Every time you postpone a task, your brain is trying to protect you. It senses discomfort, boredom, fear, uncertainty, and seeks escape. So it distracts you with something rewarding and easy: a quick scroll, a snack, a conversation. Procrastination isn't rebellion against work, it's avoidance of pain. Your brain's reward system links the task with stress, so it replaces it with short-term relief. That relief, the little dopamine hit, is the invisible currency of procrastination. You feel better for a moment, but later guilt seeps in, and the cycle tightens its grip. Understanding this is the first key. You don't overcome procrastination with more discipline. You overcome it with awareness. The hidden emotions behind procrastination. Behind every delay hides an emotion you haven't named. Sometimes it's fear of failure. What if I give everything and it's still not enough? Sometimes it's fear of success. What if I actually make it and can't sustain it? Other times it's perfectionism, a disguise for fear itself. Because if it isn't perfect, maybe you won't have to risk judgment. You procrastinate not because you're weak, but because your brain has learned to equate action with danger. The moment you recognize that, you stop fighting yourself and start understanding yourself. Even geniuses procrastinate. Leonardo da Vinci took 16 years to complete the Mona Lisa. He began countless inventions and abandoned most of them. Historians once called him inconsistent. Today, psychologists recognize something deeper. Leonardo wasn't idle. He was incubating. His mind wandered, collected patterns, connected ideas. When he finally returned, his work had matured. You too may think you're wasting time, when in fact your subconscious is still processing. The art lies in knowing when to pause and when to move again. Strategy number 1. Start small. Your mind exaggerates the size of unfinished work. The longer you wait, the larger it grows. Shrink it. Tell yourself, I'll only do this for 5 minutes. Open the document. Write 1 sentence. Wash 1 plate. Action, no matter how tiny, breaks inertia. Momentum releases dopamine, and dopamine invites more action. Motivation doesn't precede action, action creates motivation. The smallest movement is infinitely greater than perfect intention. Strategy number 2, the momentum law. Objects in motion stay in motion. You are no exception. Once you begin, continuing feels easier than stopping. That's why starting is sacred. Create rituals that signal go mode. A specific playlist, a certain chair, a timer, a cup of coffee. Your brain links these cues with action. Soon, the ritual itself triggers productivity, like muscle memory. Discipline isn't about willpower, it's about systems that remove choice. Because when something becomes automatic, you no longer need to convince yourself to begin, you just begin. Motivation lives in chemistry. Dopamine drives desire. It spikes not when you receive reward, but when you anticipate it. Procrastination hijacks this loop. Your brain craves the immediate reward of escape, scrolling, snacks, noise, over the delayed reward of completion. The fix? Split large rewards into tiny milestones. Turn one overwhelming mountain into a series of small peaks. Each mini success releases dopamine again, retraining your brain to associate progress with pleasure. Science proves you can engineer motivation. In 1830, author Victor Hugo faced a publisher's ultimatum. He was a year behind on The Hunchback of Notre Dame, so he locked away all his clothes, literally, leaving himself only a shawl. He couldn't go out, couldn't socialize, couldn't procrastinate. Within 6 months, the novel was complete. Hugo understood something vital. Your environment either fuels procrastination or forbids it. He built a system that made distraction impossible. Strategy number 3, timeboxing. Without boundaries, time expands into eternity, and eternity invites delay. Use timeboxing. Assign each task a clear start and end. Work 25 minutes, pause, 5. That's the Pomodoro technique. Deadlines shrink the infinite into the doable. They whisper urgency to your wandering brain. This won't last forever. You can handle 25 minutes. Clarity removes hesitation. Hesitation is the birthplace of procrastination. Strategy number 4. Redefine perfectionism. Perfectionism is fear dressed in high standards. You tell yourself, it's not ready. But deep down you mean, I'm not ready to be judged. Perfection is infinite. It moves as you move. Chasing it keeps you forever behind. Remember, done is divine. Every masterpiece began as a messy draft. You can't edit blank paper. You can't refine an idea that never left your head. Progress is permission to improve. In 2020, a 22-year-old creator sat on a video idea for 3 months. He feared it wasn't good enough. One night he posted it anyway. It went viral. Not because it was perfect, but because it was real. The pursuit of perfection kills more dreams than failure ever will. Your audience, your clients, your future self, they don't want perfection. They want presence. Pause here. Think of something you've delayed. What emotion sits underneath it? Say it out loud. Name it. Because what you name, you can change. Strategy number 5. Design your environment. Discipline is overrated. Design is underrated. Your environment pulls the strings of behavior. If your phone is near, your focus is far. Make friction your friend. Hide distractions. Separate work and rest zones. Keep tools visible, temptations invisible. Like Victor Hugo's shawl, your setup should make action the easiest option. Willpower is fleeting. Design endures. Strategy number 6. Reward and accountability. Your brain craves recognition. That's why social media hooks you, and why rewards work. Set micro rewards. Finish a report, coffee, workout, music break, study, walk outside. Link progress to pleasure, not guilt. Add accountability. Tell a friend your deadline. Post your commitment publicly. When others know, your brain treats the task as social survival. Accountability transforms intention into obligation, the healthy kind. Strategy number 7. Self-compassion and identity. Shift. Here it is, the final shift. The one that might completely change how you think about motivation. When you procrastinate, you often punish yourself. I'm useless. I'll never change. But shame is not a strategy. It's an anchor. Studies from the University of Texas show people who forgive themselves for procrastinating are less likely to procrastinate next time. Forgiveness frees energy. Guilt drains it. So, start speaking to yourself like you would to a friend. It's okay. I stumbled. I'm learning. Then, shift from behavior to identity. Stop saying, I need to write. Start saying, I'm the kind of person who writes. Identity precedes action. When you believe differently, you act naturally. This is not self-help. It's neuroscience. Your brain strives for consistency with your self-image. Change the image. Change the pattern. The new cycle now, picture a different loop. You begin small, you gain momentum, you feel progress, you reward yourself, you rest without guilt. That's not procrastination. That's rhythm. That's flow. When work and rest coexist in balance, life stops being a race. It becomes a rhythm you can dance to. You've spent years waiting for motivation. But motivation was never the missing piece. Understanding was. You now know why you delay, and how to move anyway. You know that momentum beats mood, that environment beats willpower, and that compassion beats criticism. Procrastination doesn't end in a day, but every day you choose awareness, its grip weakens. So start, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Start now. In small steps, with grace, with courage, because the masterpiece of your life is waiting beneath the first stroke of action. If this video moved you, share it with someone stuck in the same loop. Because everyone battles procrastination, but not everyone learns to rise above it. Remember, consistency beats perfection, and the right time to begin is always now. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.